Hey, good morning. Good morning, guys. And happy Easter. Yeah? Good morning. How is everyone? Good morning. Please grab a coffee. Well, let's have a coffee together. Switzerland, Sweden. Good morning. India, Iraq. Good morning, guys. Bogdan Natsa. Holland, good morning. Peter, I'm having tea instead of coffee. That's okay, that's not a problem. John, coffee in California, 2 a.m. Seems about right, to have a coffee like 2 a.m. Good morning, guys. Milan, I have the Starbucks, the light roast one. Australia, good morning, Mark. Any tip and tricks about diagnosis software? For example, memory tests. Andres, we have on our Discord, we have a special a special chat only for software, for free software. Marco, happy Easter. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your donation. Thank you. 4:42 p.m. here. Then you can have a coffee ice, yeah, or iced coffee. A coffee and eggs. Yeah, it's if you have the breakfast, why not? I like the Pongo pins chip adapter. Christopher, someone share on our Discord a link from where you can buy the pins, which are very cheap. Buy only the pins, then you make the board, or I believe you can even mash them with hot glue just to make like a, you know what I mean. Sheffield, good morning. Liberia, good morning. Kenya, good morning, guys. I love how dodgy you are. Wow, that's actually bad. Everyone trying to be a pro. Happy Easter, happy Easter. It's Easter today for Catholics. The first, I'm not religious. The second, I'm Orthodox. So if I will have to celebrate the Easter, it will be next weekend. But I do celebrate the Easter. I mean, my wife Diana, she has some religious background, so she will make like red painted eggs, and I like the lamb, so we are fine. Let's let everyone know we have a coffee. Let's see. Um, Have a coffee. Let's have a coffee. Yeah. Now it's better. What is the Discord channel? You'll find on the description on any video my Discord link. So even on this live stream, if you go on the description, you will see the Discord link. Morning from Egypt. Morning. Happy Easter, team. Thank you. Guys, grab a coffee. A hot coffee or cold coffee. Macedonia, good morning. Mena, curious to know your country? I'm originally from Romania. You know, probably you didn't heard about Romania. There are a lot of people they didn't heard about Romania, but I'm sure you heard about Dracula or the vampires or the Dracula castle. Morning from Greece, good morning. Andrea, I'm currently stuck with SVOD programmer. I'm not planning to replace it. I tried before to buy the Vertianov one, but it's very tricky. And the reason why I bought the SVOD from Lithuania and I didn't bought it from Bulgaria, is because they asked me for credit cards only payment. And you know, I'm kind of you know, a lot of things happen before when I pay only with card. So I'm prefer to pay only with PayPal. If I can pay with PayPal, I can buy it. Marius, happy Sunday, enjoy your coffee. Thank you very much. Mulțumesc. So yeah. I get to know Romania because Peaky Blinders. You know what? I heard about this Peaky Blinders, I don't know, series or a movie or whatever. I seen it on Netflix, but I didn't have time to watch. It's good. It's about, you know, how you can learn about Romania from a British movie. PayPal is not well spread in Bulgaria. Really? Gosh, thank you very much. Have a coffee from me too. You deserve it. Thank you very much. Hello from Iran. Good morning. 73. Good morning, Thomas. Do you still work on the repair shop? No. No. Natsa morning, Yash. Natsa. Good morning from Canada. Good morning. Good afternoon. Hello from Barman, Dorset. Good morning. Ryan's Repair. For all incredible help, I'm starting a repair business and I couldn't have done it without you. You know, thank you very much. You know, it's this is the most best feeling I can get when actually, you know, I heard I helped someone actually. Thank you. That's easy. Open a business, that's extremely easy. To have a successful business is very easy. To try to make the family happy and the same time having a business, this is hard. It's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to spend time with the family on the same time doing repairs. Salut Brashov. Good morning, Mexico. What about Borat? I don't know about Borat. I know his movies are funny, but he's not from Romania, if that's what you meant. Teslas. That's nice. I'm a full-time career for my wife and I do repairs in the evening. That's very nice. Gosh, you know, I understand exactly what you mean. But I don't know, somehow, I mean, I can easily make 10 times more money than now. Like, easily, tomorrow. Tomorrow I go and I rent a space anywhere here, I open a shop, and I do 10 times more money. But what about the family, you know? I mean, I don't know what to say. Depends. There are people, they actually have a hobby making money. I have my friend Jason. He has the hobby to make money. That's his hobby. And you have the other people which they only need money to survive. Family members, Silvius, family members doesn't always understand and accept our passions and time dedicated to electronics. Silvio, in a family, you have to respect to be respected. So I respect my wife's hobby. What do you think my wife is doing right now? Where is my wife actually? Huh? Let me check. Let me check where is my wife. It's very easy. I have to check online where is my wife. 1 second. Let me try and find her. Let me try and find my wife. Let me see. Oh, check here. Check here. My wife, she's playing on YouTube Metin 2. She's streaming. You know what I mean. You see? So you respect your partner hobby. Your partner, it will respect your hobby. Right? That's how it works on a family. Metin 2 still operational? Yeah, looks like. So guys, we can fix something today on the live stream. Milan, you're a good man. I watch you repeat. I was studying electronic, but I only learned with you about it. Thank you very much. I'm happy I was able to help you then. Thank you. I have 2 packages. By the way, if you want updates, I can give you some updates. You remember the laptop from yesterday, the video from yesterday with the Lenovo Legion 5 laptop? But actually I was praying this chip to be faulty. Well, actually the chip is faulty, indeed. So I put the laptop all back together. The laptop is shutting down after like 1 minute. And the keys, every key has a delay, like 2 seconds delay. So I spoke with the guy which programmed the chip, and you know, I said I can program again if it's a firmware issue, but not. It's a chip issue. It's a problem with the chip. So that chip has to be replaced again. Another update, I will tell you, this is a good one. You remember I made a video with a gaming laptop where actually I replaced the shorted capacitor, you remember? I have like 3-4 videos ago, I made a video with a gaming, I don't know what laptop it was. Asus, I don't know. So actually I replaced the capacitor. It was a shorted capacitor, I replaced the capacitor. Guess what? I have the laptop back, the customer sent it back. So the laptop is restarting and doesn't charge. You see, that's karma, you know? I replaced the capacitor, that was my mistake. And now the laptop is back. Now, obviously, you understand, have nothing to do with my capacitor. But because I'm giving warranty for the assembly, I give warranty for the whole motherboard. Now the job is back, so probably I'll do a video probably tomorrow. Happy Easter! Thank you very much. Happy Easter to you too. Hi guys. Macedonia, Australia, good morning guys. Good morning. Happy Easter to you too. Thank you very much. Hello from Croatia. Good morning. So what we are doing today? What we are doing today? Kevin, thank you very much. Happy Easter. I have not seen you put the capacitor back. Yeah, I did. Like, it was like a you know, I was like shaking, but I put the capacitor back. I replaced it actually. Florine, thank you very much. Thank you. Is 3.3 volts fixable when no screen? You mean if your 3.3 is missing from the screen? On some laptops, the 3.3 is always present. On some laptops, you will have the 3.3 only if the board passed the BIOS test. Still having problems with 2-leg TV voltage regulator. I don't like your thermal camera. I miss the days with 4 amps and petrol. You know, I don't like either the thermal camera, but it's so simple, you know, just to find something. Like, you remember the one with the water damage? So actually that capacitor was not that hot with 100 milliamps. I don't think you will find it with alcohol. So that capacitor was taking 100 milliamps. You remember the water damage laptop? But with the thermal camera, I spotted straight away. So guys, we have something, we have, let me see. Here I believe it's a switching power supply, okay? Switching power supply. And here I believe it's a laptop motherboard, okay? So what we are fixing, we can try to fix. I mean, just, you know, just relax, nothing stressful. We can try to have a look on a switching power supply or a laptop motherboard. It's up to you what we can try to have a look. If we are here having a coffee. Power supply. You know what? Let's vote. 1 second. I think I can do a vote. 1 second. Start poll. what we are fixing today. Wait, but what are the options? Paul. Okay. Add options. Okay, found it. Uh, power supply and laptop motherboard. I believe there is a laptop motherboard because the customer sent only the motherboard. You know, this poll is strange. Yes, no, and options. Okay, that's weird. Let me check. Let me see. Vote only power supply and laptop motherboard. Don't vote yes or not. But it's not like a TV power supply or something. I don't know, it's some audio something device. So vote only laptop motherboard or power supply. All yes or no? Yeah, okay, that sucks. Let me try to figure it out again. So we have started a poll, but why give me straight away option yes or not? When actually I don't want yes or not. Maybe not a poll, maybe something else. Start a Q&A. Oh, no. How did I cannot delete them? That's the thing. You can see I cannot. I can't delete. How can I delete? Oh, I can. Oh yes. Oh yes, I can. Thank you very much. I didn't know that. What we are fixing. Yes. Finally, I figured out how the poll is working on YouTube. Ha. Like now you can vote. Could you review the best universal program that you recommend? Mina, George, the CH431 is quite good. I mean, it's slow, but it's good. Like compatibility wise, I didn't have many problems. Eljo, thank you very much for your donation. Drogo, thank you very much. Thank you. Luca, neața deși 12, am înțeles. It's tricky because even if we are if I are doing some repairs with the power supply, I cannot plug it because if something goes wrong, my computer it will shut down. The Diana computer it will shut down. You know, if the fuse it will blow up from the, you know, bad things happen when you fix switching power supply. Power supply is not worth fixing in many cases. Gosh, this is a switching power supply from a audio device. Yeah, it's not external. I believe it's internal. I don't know. I haven't opened the package, so I cannot tell you. But it's not something like 12 volts power supply. Okay, that's something what you can buy. That's why you need short showing bulb. You can be right. Yeah, I can use something like that. Richard, thank you very much for the donation. Thank you. Thank you. Greetings from Edinburgh, Sorin. Are there any traditional Easter dishes in Romania? Slavko, it is, but I don't want to tell you because if I'm telling you, look, I can tell you. Okay, so one food which I have it and I love it, yeah, is called in my language is called drob, and it's made by internals of the lamb, and it's very tasty, but it's disgusting if you think actually a food made by lamb organs. But yeah, that's a traditional dish. Hopefully you are fine with that. Jayovsky, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. Oh, so you have it here also, Gosh? Here in the UK, you have that kind of food? Zici de ciorbă de burtă? Păi, nu prea merge de Paște, mă. Working on a MacBook 2000 with Windows, but you say no audio output. Mustafa, I run Windows on Mac many years. You have to download and install the how is called the bootcamp drivers. Actually, it's you have to install that, and that it will install all your drivers. But it's tricky to find it. Love lamb chops. I have them there. I around the fridge we marinate. Yeah, the lamb chops. Bootcamp or Parallels. I use Parallels. It's working great. Yeah. Can't use Bootcamp anymore from 2019 or 2020 up. You cannot use Bootcamp anymore because they switch from Intel. Yeah. But on the Intel MacBook with Intel CPU, you can use Bootcamp. Install the Windows there. So we have a look on the power supply or laptop. Power supply repair. Okay, we can have a look, but if we are doing any work, I cannot test it. You know what I mean? I know bad things can happen. Laptop motherboard, laptop. Yeah, but the people vote power supply, so it's a democratic vote. Don't be afraid, lol, graphics. You know how many times I blow up the fuse on the shop I work there? So many times. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Blowing up the fuse. Yeah, can be fun. How's your coffee? Everyone, coffee is okay. You know what? You know what? I know the people vote. It's a closed vote, but I will say, yeah, this is less dangerous. This is less dangerous. So what do I have here? This job came like this, like in a graphic card box. Okay, special delivery. Let's have a look. Let me power up the light. 1 second. Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's better. Let's see. I'm pretty sure here is a laptop motherboard, but I will check. Let me see. 1 second. Yeah, it is a paper here. Rod West, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the donation. But what about the democracy? You know what? Let's do both. Yeah, let's do both then. Democracy is overrated, my man. I'm joking. I'm joking. Let's do both. Yeah, just to make everyone happy. Oh wait, this is coming from a computer shop. This job. 000. 1 second. Let me find the job. 000 439. I have a HP client HP Pavilion 15-P245 SA motherboard that it will not power up. I have fitted a new DC socket which shows 19 volts, but the board it will not power on. So that's the problem with this motherboard. Okay, let's have a look. We do have a motherboard and we have the charger here. It's a nice ITE IO chip there. Let's try and fix it. Let's see if we can help this customer. We have the charger here. Let me plug the charger. It's a BIOS issue. You know, you're right. You're right. This looks already like a BIOS issue. People making fun, you see, that's what happened on the videos, on the comments. People making fun. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. We have here the BIOS chip. Looks like it's a BIOS issue on this board. Yeah. Okay. So let's make the chat smaller. Where is my chat? Chat. Okay, here. Oh, actually, I can make this chat smaller. Oh, yeah, I can. Let me move this here. Let's bring the power supply, yes, and the multimeter. Bias issue. People. So what we are checking first, yeah? Because this is a live stream, I'm happy. What we are checking first, we have a dead motherboard. Just to remove, you know, before you are plugging the charger, let's check if the main power rail is shorted, right? So the main power rail, we have the power supply, we have those capacitors, and it's no short. Here we have another power supply capacitor, and it's no short. Here another power supply capacitor, and it's not short. So the main power rail is not shorted. We don't have shorted capacitors on this board. So for me, it looks like it's a BIOS issue. People, I can see the chat. Look at the chat. Everyone is saying it's a BIOS issue. People. If it's not short, it's a BIOS issue. You see? Jasko. Yeah. So we don't have a short yet. Let's plug the charger. And we don't have any light on the charging port. The next step, what is the next step? Check for the voltage, right? Please try with a different RAM. Yeah, it can be a RAM. You know what I will say? I will say let's stop now. Let's do the BIOS first, then let's replace the RAM memory. Shorted MOSFET. It's not shorted MOSFET. We checked already. The main power rail is not shorted. .3. Before 3.3, you should have 19, yeah, because the 3.3 is made from the 19. It's a dead CPU. That's what I was thinking. Let's order the CPU from now. Funny people. 3.3 on the power button. Yeah, but we can check the 19 first, you don't think? So the main power rail, we still have the, yeah, on the capacitors, we have nothing, and we have nothing, and nothing. Okay, the charging port, we have the red wire, you can see the red wire here, and we have 0.5 volts on the charging port. How is possible? Because we checked if it's shorted, the main power rail if it's shorted. And it was not shorted. DC port is bad. Can be, but the customer said he replaced the port. Happy Easter. Thank you very much. Thank you. Test the charger first. Yeah. He should be checking first. And the charger has 19.6. So take that. How is possible the charger has 19.6, but if we are plugging the charger on the board, we have 0.5. Short. You think it's a short? Let's check. So Okay, we have the red wires. So the red wire is this one. We ground, and it's not short. It's not short. No, that's ground, that's plus. No, this is plus. It's not short. So what's the problem? Dry joint on the charger socket. Socket fault. Let's see. So plug in the charger. Let's unplug this. Let's plug this. You know, I'm happy fixing the things together. Actually, we should split the money together. What do you think? So we have minus and we have plus, right? Sorry. Let me switch to volts. You can be right. I can't see any voltage. Oh, wait. Was not plugged in, sorry. Check on the screen. Where are the people with socket, with faulty socket? Check on the screen. We have 19.6. Huh? So it's not the socket. So what's the problem? So plugging it back, we have no light here, and the voltage, so the voltage on the same pins is 0.5. Vision, we just check the port. Yeah, we just check the port. The port, if it's not plugged in, has 19. If it is plugged in, is 0.5. Check the first two MOSFETs. That's not important. Why I should check, Silvio, the first two MOSFETs? Let's assume the first two MOSFETs are shorted or interrupted. On any case, I should have 19 here. Inject 19.6 on the motherboard with the power supply. That can be a good idea. Easy chip repair. The connector on the board. How the connector on the board can be faulty? Let's say the connector is not soldered properly on the board. I can understand that. But we are checking on the same pins here. And we have like 0.6, 0.5, yeah? 0.5. Sorry, it's a cap. I checked. I checked the main power rail is not shorted. I checked for short here and it's not shorted. Happy Easter. Thank you very much. Happy Easter to you too. Super IO chip. That doesn't matter. That chip is on a 3.3. Can be shorted and you can have 19. It's okay. A diode or a cap behind the DC socket. We checked. One more time. We are unplugging this with the multimeter on the diode mode. Now check here. Check here, it's not short. Yeah, so here is ground, here is plus. It's not short. First MOSFET or second issue. Why that is important? Because it's on a serial mode. Yeah, we have they're on the serial mode. So either if they are shorted or interrupted, you should have 19 on the socket, on the DC jack socket. Daniel, mulțumesc. DC in connector defective. We just check the DC in connector. It's good. Hide and liquid damage. Hard to believe. I can't see anything. Don't trust the multimeter. Come with the power supply on the current sensor and see if it's taking any power. Best African electronic surgery. Okay. So let's go with the power supply with the 19. I checked with the multimeter. I'm telling you already. So I checked already and it's not short. Yeah. So the current sensor, where is the current sensor? So this must be my first MOSFET, second MOSFET, and probably this one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. How we can find the main power rail? we can find it like that. So let's see here. So this is ground, this is plus. So plus with this plus are all 19. So now coming with the power supply with the 19 here. Oh, it is short. How? Wait. But it's not short with the multimeter. How this is possible? How this is even possible? I mean, I check with the multimeter. So here is no short because it's plus. Here is short because it's ground. That's strange. Sorin thought he knew, but now he doesn't. I know exactly. But, you know, I'm just trying to make some content here. I mean, for me, the only way to go is with the power supply from the socket and see what is going on there. So, like how I said, let's come with the current here. So we have plus here, right? And we have a short, you can see. That's the reason why we don't have power. So it's taking like 1.5 amps, yeah? And there we have like 1 volt. Now, we have probably the first MOSFET and the second MOSFET. Do you want me to use the thermal camera or not? Huh? You want thermal camera or not? You know what? Let's try without the thermal camera because it's more fun. So let's raise the current. Yes, yeah, 4 amps. What do you think? And 4 amps. The second MOSFET is getting hot. That means the short, it's after the MOSFET, right? Yeah, must be. Yeah. So indeed, the main power LED is shorted. Let's lower the current. Let's lower the current. So let's have a look together, yeah? 1 second. I remember this configuration. I remember this one. Yeah. So the first MOSFET, you can't see, sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay. Now it's better. Okay, so what do we have here? We have the main power rail which is coming here, yeah? Then we have the first MOSFET, then we have the second MOSFET, and then from the output of the second MOSFET, we have the current sensor here, yeah? So checking with the ground, first MOSFET, here we have no short. After the second one, we have 0 ohms, you can see? And after this one, we have no short, yeah? Here we have short, here we don't have short. This is the input. This is the output from this circuit output. I remember I have a video about this nasty diode. You remember? I do have a video about that diode. Yeah, you're right. I remember. Let's try and remove the diode. So very possible we have 2 faults here. So coming with a multimeter, here is no short, here is no short, here is no short. Now if we are coming with 19 volts, yeah, 19 volts power supply, let's lower the current. So with the 19 volts on the input, we have nothing. With the 19 volts here, we have nothing. With the 19 volts on the main power rail, we have nothing, yeah? Keep in mind, this is the power supply, yeah? You can see. So now we have no short whatsoever. So if we are plugging the charger now, let's see. Plug in the charger. And we have light. We have light here. Of course, we're going to replace the diode after we are closing the video. Of course. Like always. That's so rude to assume. Actually, I will not replace a diode or a capacitor. Now, how we are starting the board, because we have to check the board. We cannot risk to send the board back like it's good and actually has a second problem. How we can power on this board? Let's try to find the power button socket. Hopefully it's here. It's here. Good morning. Yeah, of course, of course. Let's try to find the 3.3 on the power button. So here you have 3.3. So clearly this is the power button socket. So here you have 3.3, 3317, 3321. So probably the second pin, 3317. 3305, probably this one it is. Then is 0, 0, 331. Yeah, that's the one. So this pin number 1, 2, 3. Pin number 3, shorted with ground, we should start with this board, yeah? So pin number 3 with the ground. How can I know if the board starts or not? Not sure. How can I know? Maybe it's not pin number 3? Pin number 2? No. Pin number 1? Pin number 1 is 3.3 because the light goes off. Let's see if the board started, yeah? We have the multimeter. We have no voltage. Nothing. That's the RAM power supply. We have nothing. How can we start this board? Still a bias issue. Look at that guy. Still a bias issue. Touch the processor. Yeah, you're right. But the fan should spin if the board is coming on. You don't think? Let's reset the bias. Okay, so the bias is reset. Let's try one more time. You know, I should check with the multimeter. 1 second. So we have ground and we have like the CPU power supply, right? But I need a coil to check. Let me find the CPU V core on this side. So here we have 0 ohms and here we have 40 ohms. That's the resistance of the CPU on this board. Yeah, 40 ohms. Okay. So we have ground. And we should check here, yeah? 40 ohms, that's good. So here has to be voltage if the board is starting. No, nothing. Nothing. But sure, this is the power button connector? Yeah, we don't have 3.3 there. Yeah, must be this one. No, the 3.3 is right. The 3.3 is okay. But for some reason I cannot start the board, and that's not normal. That's not normal. Try switch it on, lol. What do you mean? I try switch it on. Look, on. Yeah, that's on. Yeah, I switch it on. Nothing happened. Could the diode you took out need to be replaced for the no? That's the diode is in a parallel mode with the power. So we have first one 3.3, second one 3.3, third one 3.3. Then the last one is 3.3. Okay, the last one I didn't check the last one. So the last one, and it's working. Was the last spin, guys? You didn't tell me it was the last spin, and the fan is spinning. You didn't tell me it was the last spin. We reset the BIOS, so let's wait to see what will happen. Is the last pin from the connector or the first pin? Okay, how we can test the board? I mean, the fan is spinning. How we can test it? With the HDMI, right? Yeah. So I have the HDMI from my microscope. So I have to switch to microscope. Yeah. And unplug this HDMI and plug it here. And I can't see it working. I mean, I'm not sure about this input. Let me switch it off. Let me try something. Let me switch the board off. Let me plug the charger back, and now let's start the board with the HDMI plugged in. Yeah. So the first pin we ground, and the board is starting. Let's see. I should check with a different monitor. I don't trust this connection here. No. No. So how we can test then? Huh? How we can test this board? How we can test it? So we have 1.5 volts on the CPU. That means the board passed the test. Yeah. The run voltage 1.3, which is fine. Not sure how you can test it. RAM is present. Yeah, it is RAM. It is RAM memory there. Does the USB, a similar device, have 5 volts? Yeah, must be 5 volts on the USB. Does the USB, let's see. Yeah, you can see when I plug, it starts reading the USB. So check here the light. You can see? So it is. Put new diode. I can't do it, sorry. I can't do that. USB port shorted? No. Why the USB will be shorted? No. What do you mean? You have 5 volts on the USB. So the voltage for the USB is here. You see the plus of this capacitor? Okay, maybe not. The problem, I can't see anything. That's the problem. If I can't see, I can't check. So the 5 volts on the USBs, yeah, this is the protective thingy from the USB. Check on the screen. Check on the screen. 5 volts. Yeah, you can see. So we do have 5 volts on the. But that's not important. I mean, why we are even checking the 5 volts? It's making no sense. Numlock on a keyboard. That's a good test. The problem, we don't have a keyboard. I mean, I have a keyboard somewhere. Ah, wait, I do have a keyboard. Give me 1 second. Yeah, caps lock on a keyboard. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, so what do we have from the keyboard? Numlock working. Caps lock working. Yeah, so it's responding. That means the board is working. So we agree with that? Everything is clear? We have a working board. We fix it. We agree. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yep, it's good. Yeah, I know. I know. Caps lock is working on every external keyboard. Not really. If you have like a software issue, yeah? And I mean, anything like BIOS or EC, the keyboard, it will not work. If you replace the diode, of course, no, the diode is on a parallel mode with the 19 volts. You have to understand what that diode is doing to understand how that diode can affect the board, yeah? It's a protection against high voltage. We took down the protection, but the board is fine, yeah? Reverse voltage. Can be, but how you can reverse the voltage on a HP charger? Dar pune diod? Nu fac de astea. La revedere, am scos-o afară, a fost arsă, vrei să o pun la loc să ardă iară? Mai bine nu pun. Corect? Circuit protection, yeah, that's what that diode it is. No, I'm not going to replace that diode. I think the laptop, it will be fine without that diode. Like any other laptop, this is a HP, yeah? Did you see that diode on Dell? Do you see that diode on, I don't know, Lenovo or Acer or Asus? No, you've seen that diode only on the HP laptops. Huh? Without picture, how can we agree? I know what you mean, but probably I'll need a different monitor. It's not necessary you plug the HDMI and it will work. You can have to press the on the keyboard to switch to the HDMI port. You know what I mean? It's not like, okay, plug the HDMI and it will work. Okay? It's tricky to check with the microscope because the microscope is going on a capture card and that capture card has a specific setting, and probably it will work if I plug it to a monitor, but not sure. Anyway, you know what I mean? Wait 1 second. The fault was clear. It was not like, okay, it was a BIOS issue, we reload the BIOS and we have to know if there is a picture. Or, okay, was a switching power supply faulty? And no, it was a diode on the power line. What do you mean? Why we are even spending time right now on this board? Huh? It's done. If there is no picture, that's a second fault. That's a different story. Ryan, thank you for the member. Thank you very much. Replace the reverse voltage diode. No, I'm really sorry. I'm not gonna do that. The diode is stupid. Diode is there to stop you using aftermarket charger. You know what I mean? I mean, 19 volts. What happens if I use 22 volts? Maybe I have a 22 volt charger. You know, that's what happens when if you plug a 22 volt charger, you will burn that diode. But this board can work without any issue up to like 24 volts. We checked before. I mean, we checked. This board is done. I'm not spending more time on this one. Sorry. What about the power supply? Can we see about the power supply? Okay, let's see about the power supply. Okay, so here we have a power supply. Let's open and have a look. Let's have a look inside here. Let me open the package. Okay, so we have the power cable. Oh, wait. The customer sent me the schematic. Now I remember, he told me, sorry, I will send you the schematic of the power supply. Wow. 1 second. Yeah, let me let that on one side. The customer sent me the schematic. Look what nice customers I have. Yeah? Now check here. I have such a nice customer. They send me like the replacement parts. They send me the schematic. Incredible. Nice customers. Very nice customers. Okay, so this within this cable, here is the power supply. Let me unplug the customer HP charger. with the HP board. Okay, let's see. He sent me the replacement part. You can't believe that. I mean, some customers are so nice, like, you know, even they're sending the parts. And here we have the power supply. Okay, this looks complicated, but yeah. Okay, so one second. Let me see the job number and let's see what this customer is saying. Let's see what the customer is saying with this job. Yeah, give me 1 second. So this job is number. This job has no number. Oh, it has. Yeah, 000436. 000436. Okay, I have a switching power supply from Marantz MCR603 media player. Could you give me a diagnosis and maybe fix it, please? I have the schematic and the component list from the service manual. Okay, and the customer sent me the picture with. Why didn't I see these pictures before? Okay, that's good. That's fine. But why he sent me that component, that MOSFET? Oh yeah. Okay. Thanks. Sorry. Now I'll post today. I include a note the details. There is a spare 11N60C3 MOSFET. I thought this may be the fault, but then I took it out and tested the old one, and it was okay. Okay, so the customer believes it's a shorted MOSFET, and he checked, and actually the MOSFET was good. Is the BIOS? Yeah, you see, I have good people on chat. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, you know what? This looks like a BIOS issue. Funny people. Okay, so what we are checking on a switching power supply? On a switching power supply, we are checking the fuse, right? I mean, everyone need to check the fuse first. And the fuse is good. If the fuse is good, your MOSFET is good. If the fuse is good, it's possible this big capacitor to be charged. Yeah? And if that big capacitor is charged, bad things can happen. Okay, let's remove this. So we are speaking about a dead driver, dead MOSFET driver, a dead 431, yeah, or a shorted output. Yeah, that's what I believe it is before we are starting. So that's what I believe it is. Okay, so that's the board. Let's check for voltage because, you know, we have to be safe. I mean, I do have like a lot of I got electrocuted many times. Bad small electrolytic capacitor. No, really, I cannot see, like, you know, capacitor with a bump. I cannot really see them. So here is the big capacitor, and we are on 200 volts range. And it's fine, we have no voltage, so it's safe, we can touch it. So first, oh, I can see where the customer replaced the MOSFET. One second. Let's resolder this properly in place, yeah? For me, it looks like the ground is not connected. He told me on the email, sorry, please check the solder I made. Okay. I mean, this doesn't really look right. Use the finger for testing. Nikolov, that's how much you love me? Yeah, you really want to use my fingers for testing? Actually, I can see here. People really, really love me. Yeah. MOSFET on the current way around. Yeah. Yeah, the MOSFET looks okay. Let's check the MOSFET. So I believe the MOSFET is not shorted, yeah? No, it's not shorted. No, it's fine. It's okay, it's fine. Okay, the solder iron. Let's use some rosin flux. Rosin. You know the rosin with coffee. What can be better? What can be better on the morning? Rosin. Lot of rosin. Lot of rosin. So here we have the gate, yeah? And here, okay. I have to be careful to not breach those pins here. Yeah, that's fine. So the middle pin is not shorted. Yeah? But still, it's a lot of solder there. Let's take out some solder and move it somewhere else. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, perfect. Now let's start doing actually some work and trying to diagnose this power supply. We don't need schematic, yeah, because we are tryharders, yeah. We are trying to keep our brain like active. Bridge rectifier. If the bridge rectifier it will be burned, you'll have a blow up fuse, yeah. So we are taking the mind out. The rectifier bridge is here, yeah. So what I will check if the pins from the power are going to the rectifier bridge. And yeah, it is going. And this it is going. Okay, so the high voltage is present. Okay, check in the secondary side. You can check for small caps. No. Here is a big problem. I mean, the power supply is not coming on. So we can check the outputs to see if they are shorted, yeah? So we need a ground. And I don't know from where can I get a ground. So this is ground, yeah, right? Or not? This is ground, yeah, this must be ground. Okay, so here is ground, okay. Here is ground. Now the output of those diodes, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. So we have no shorted outputs. This is good. 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 We have a negative voltage power rail. So it's nothing shorted. Sorry, guys. Nothing shorted. Oh, wait, we have here all the voltages. Sorry, nothing shorted. Okay, so we have one MOSFET, but we have two drivers. How that will work? We have to understand the actually we have the schematic. We don't have to understand anything. 1 second. So the customer replaced this MOSFET, okay? This is the driver. The MOSFET is switching this transformer, this one, the big one. But I believe we have a standby one. 1 second. Hopefully you can see. Zoom in, please. We can do that, yeah. We can do that. So, let's see the high voltage part, yeah? High voltage. The high voltage is going only to this transformer. So this have nothing to do with the high voltage. No, sorry. This is going here, yeah? And this is switched by, okay, we have drivers with MOSFETs built inside. So this is a power supply, yeah? This is a power supply. And this one is another power supply. Yeah, so I will take my mind out from the big one. The big one is started. Probably this is not even faulty. Look, probably this is not even faulty. So this one, we must have one of those on, yeah, one of those on, which is supplying power to the CPU, to the microcontroller from this audio device. When you press the power button, the microcontroller, it will send a signal and start the big power supply, yeah? So I'm pretty sure this probably is not even faulty. If we have one of these working, then it's pointless because we need the whole device in order to have this power supply starting. You know what I mean? That's how it works. You have a standby power supply. And obviously we can find out exactly from this schematic. But I can't see the point. I mean, we can easily plug the cable in and see if we have like, look, you have here like 5-volt CPU. You can see? You can see? So these 5 volts is coming from this. So this power supply has to be on. Yeah. Look, and this is the probably this is coming from the CPU power H. Power H, which is coming on the base of this transistor. So if this transistor, okay, this is ground. So when the power is applied to the base of this one, this transistor, it will act like a wire. Yeah, it will short down this. It will short to ground this. And probably that it will start the second power supply. And the second power supply, actually it will start the big one. 1 second, so the VCC is coming from, 1 second. So the power for this driver is coming from this standby power supply, you can see. So the standby power supply, the output, you have a diode, yeah? And from here is coming to this transistor, and the output of this transistor is going and supplying VCC to the main driver, yeah? Check the VCC pin on the drivers, 5-volt standby. We are not there. So we are plugging the power and we are checking the power of this power supply, yeah? We are checking the 5 volts, the CPU, this. If we have voltage here, then indeed we can check. Actually, we cannot check, because we have to simulate the power on, yeah? So we have to short this transistor in order to simulate a power on case, yeah? And here we have another 5 volts. Yeah. It's pretty basic. I mean, this is a basic one. Yeah, let's plug it. Let's plug it. If you see the live stream going off, you know what happened. Check the continuity on the power up rails. We checked, it's not shorted. Okay, let's test it. This is kind of a dangerous situation here. Yeah, but we can check. Let's plug this and test. Yeah. So we plugged it, it's plugged in. Yeah, all good, yeah? Good. Now let's get the power supply. 20 volts, and we know we have ground here. And check on the screen, 4.8 volts. So the standby power supply is on. That means probably the customer has the issue with the processing part, not with the power supply. Okay, now main. Is no point checking main. To check main, we have to simulate a power on. The main is off. Yeah, we need a signal which is coming from the CPU and activating the power supply. You understand? So that's how those smart power supplies are working. To save energy, this is not on. This is on, is supplying voltage to the CPU, and I believe, I'm not sure about this, but I believe, that's what I believe. I believe the power high means if I apply power on this transistor, I should start those two other power supplies. Actually, if I short this transistor to ground, I should have those on. But we are going on the other side of risky things when I'm actually live streaming, Diana is live streaming, and yeah, bad things can happen. Ball bean switching power supply. Not work good. Yeah. But anyway, actually we figured out this looks like a good power supply. And we fixed the laptop motherboard. Don't forget, we fixed that laptop motherboard. And we are live from like 1 hour and a half. Okay, guys, don't forget it's Easter day. It's not supposed to work today. Let's try, don't be afraid. My coffee is done. What about you guys? It's cold. You don't have a ESR meter? No. My coffee empty too. Okay, guys, I will say let's stop here. Am rămas fără bere în beci, am doar țuică. Palincă era mai bună. I'm a tea guy. That's okay, that's fine. 5 volts, connect with a serial mode. What is the point? You know what I mean? What is the point? So one more time. Yeah, actually 6 volt CPU. Yeah, actually the voltage was fine. You have power H, yeah? That's mean power high. This is going to the ground. What is the point coming with voltage here when I can actually short this to ground with a tweezer, because here is not the live part. I can short this, and that's if you short this, actually you simulate this pin high. Yeah, that's very simple. You just short this transistor instead of applying voltage here. Okay? But yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting power supply. But it's not that complicated, but you need the whole... Actually, yeah, I can test it. Actually, I can test it. Yeah, we can test it. If you really want, guys, to test this, we can test it. Actually, we can test on this optocoupler here or here. But you know what? Nah, not today. Not today. Not today. Okay. Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for having a coffee with me. I wish you to have a happy Easter and a fantastic Sunday. Okay? So I'm going. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe like usual, and see you on the next one.